Welcome everybody to 48 Talk, episode 128. I am your host, Rage Baldi as always. Joining me this time is the usual crew of DX on the right, Derek on the bottom left, and Colin Janssen on the bottom right. Hello everybody.
Hello!
Well, it feels like two people returned this week.
Two people did.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sick and absent are now resolved. Well, how do you feel, Derek? Last week you were under the weather.
Yes, I'm so sorry everybody that had to put up with that. I feel 30,000 times better. One of those people, I get sick one day out of the year, like I said. My sickness actually came back a little bit this week, but it then went away again. Yeah, I'm surprised, especially because today I was outside filming a movie all day, so it was very cold. But yeah, I'm great. I'm excited about today because it's not every day I get to do a podcast with like celebrities. I just don't know how to.
No.
I mean, you guys are celebrities.
Well, it has been an interesting week, I would say.
Yeah, to say the least.
You're being modest.
Yeah, so last week episode just blew up, so I want to thank everybody who listened to it, who watched it, and commented to it.
Yeah.
Just,
so much.
It's a number that we normally don't see as quick as that.
Thank you.
So especially to the people from Thailand who watched us. But this also has like in continuation because what happened last week, or this week actually. On Tuesday we went to the International Film Festival in Rotterdam. And we watched the BNK48 documentary Girls Don't Cry.
Yes.
And to our surprise, right before the movie started, they said the director of the movie is in-house. So we were all like, well, we gotta do an interview. So we did. We still have to edit a little bit to this since it's filmed with a phone, of course, and sounds. And we have some extra bits we want to put in there. And since we're all so busy, it's like we need to find time to edit this stuff as soon as possible, but we hopefully will put it up on this channel as well. So yeah, let's start then with the documentary. What do you guys think?
Great. Wow, great. Really great. It was more like, I didn't know what to expect when I read about it. It was more like, is it going to be the documentary we're used to, AKB style, or is it something completely different style-wise? We got the latter, and to be fair, I quite enjoyed it because it really showed real girls being girls pretty much. That's all I have to say. It's not like their typical promotional kind of stuff. It was just raw interview, I would say, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah, so go ahead, Derek.
How was the manager? Or sorry, the dude who filmed it. Sorry, how was he? I mean,
he's a very chill dude.
Yeah.
He's very open. He's like, oh yeah, sure, man. It's just actually, we don't. We did the interview for him, but he also interviewed us for a bit, and he posted on Twitter, giving our thoughts on who is our BNK48 Oshi, and then we somehow connected it to AKB, just
Yeah.
there are AKB fans on that side.
I remember. I remember.
Well,
go for it, Derek.
in fairness, he had no idea the power of our SEG abilities. We are masters at SEGing. So when you guys were SEGing in AKB during your interviews, I was laughing hysterically because I'm like, oh, this guy had no shot. He just did not know he was about to get slayed with the SEG. So good job, you particularly. You really, you like SEG hammed it up. It was really good. But you all of you were all like, sprang. Like I was impressed. I don't know. It was. I'm sorry, I don't mean to trade in on your guys'.
Colin had a different one, right?
Yeah, that's true. But that's because I don't pick the obvious one.
The reason it's like in this documentary you can also tell why Chaprang became first in Sasenkyo, why she's so strong.
I would even add Janice as second. Like before this documentary, I said it already last week. I didn't quite understood why. But now after the documentary, and even all the information people gave us, I now kind of get it, why she's number 2. Even though I still stand with my original opinion, where I don't quite feel it for myself, though I do understand it.
Cool.
Oh, let's start a little bit at the beginning then. So we got into the theater, in the room, basically.
Yeah.
And first thing I noticed, it's like okay, this crowd has no clue
No
what
clue,
they're
yeah.
about
It
to
was a
watch.
big crowd, though.
It was
there were
it-
many
it-
people.
Yeah, it was very full, and apparently it was one of the popular film in the entire festival since
Great.
it
Okay.
debuted on Sunday, I think, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, we got lucky with that. We did, however, behind us were people from Germany who are from Thai descent,
Cent?
Yeah, Tyson. Yeah.
and they actually knew who we are, so that was also a
Yeah.
surprise.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
So
Very
they were
cool.
very impressed on that. So basically, they were sitting behind us, and that area was the people who know what was going on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The rest of them, however, those were like just. I think they had never experienced anything on Idol related, and at the
Yeah.
end, I'll explain everything what happened there. But
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
fun
That's
during the
great,
movie
Yeah.
because you have these guys sitting on the front row. We were of course adding with GinoZX and Flores was there, and basically we're sitting there and we're all excited and then hey, we know that one. Oh, we know that one.
Yeah,
One guy
yeah.
was like shh, and we were basically like shut up. It's like don't worry about it. We're not that loud. We're just excited for things we know.
We were only loud on a few occasions.
Yeah, come on, okay.
But that was funny. We'll get there.
Yeah, so basically how it opened up, there was this long piano interlude, and so to compare it, Derek, you know the documentary with what was it? It was
Tokyo Dome for the so many days?
no, the show must go on.
Oh,
Show
okay.
must go on,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so you know when the new gen is coming up to the stage running in slow motion, and basically it was like this as well, and they started to introduce basically everyone, like who are you and what's your name, and
Yeah.
like
Age, yeah.
it was signed with an interview on face to face and asking questions and giving three reactions, and then followed by people with giving their opinion about it with shots of like the stages or development or the audition going through there. It was really different because it focused more on the girls itself. So it's really not the group, not why are you in BNK, what do you think is so powerful. It's like why are you wanting to be an idol and how does this
Yeah.
include your life? And you show them the hardship of like going to practice. Like there were some drill moments in there. I'm seeing
Yeah.
them do
Whoa.
certain type of push-ups and just
Oh,
keeping
yeah,
their
yeah.
in a
That was
body in
military
check.
style, yeah. That was military
Yeah.
style at some point. I was like, whoa, what the?
Yeah. So if I'm missing anything, feel free to jump in, guys, because
Yeah, yeah.
I'm still thinking like going too far ahead during the documentary.
What was so great about the interviews? The director, he had a connection with the girls. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like the what you saw was not the first time they met each other. He had really been with them for like what was it, 4 months or something?
I think
like
it was
Six.
half a year. I think 6
Six
half
months.
a year,
months.
Yeah,
and
half a
he kind of observed them. I
Yeah,
think what
pretty much.
happened, and just how they are, how they look. So they got used to him, and in a way, he got used to them. Not like someone you don't know, have never met, like an interview or something like that. No, he really studied them in a way.
They studied them. It's not like he became part of the stuff, but
Mhm.
he got into that circle pretty much. So
Yes.
there was this trusting bond, I would say.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, as a consequence, they were a bit more. They were more opener during the interview. It's not like
Yeah.
a typical interview, I would say.
Not like someone I don't know you, so I'm not gonna reveal anything. No, you can really tell that they have like a certain trust with this guy, and then they would reveal basically more information. It goes in a few chapters. Basically, the first one is how the group got together, and that they had to rely on each other to keep their strength and going, and all the sacrifice to make, like not going to school or well, for friends.
boyfriend.
Chirprang told her
Yeah,
she was
Prang
in a
broke up, yeah.
relationship and she broke up
Broke up.
that relationship just to be in the group. Chirprang had a very interesting story, I would say. That was one of me most out. It was like she had experienced so much in her past that she knew now how to go with these emotions, basically. So
Yeah,
that's why you
yeah.
won't see her cry easily. And in the documentary going further, you notice this, like when everybody else is heartbroken or anything, she's like, I get it, I know why, and
Yeah.
it really feels like she's a strong character,
Oh yeah.
and that
yes.
is a big influence on that.
The story she
Yep.
told was basically she was on her bike, and I think she was going off a slope.
Yeah.
And then she fell,
Yeah.
and then she
Yeah.
started to cry, but no one came for her. Like she was just
Mm.
crying, but no one came to help. And she realized that crying didn't matter because no one would help her. So she just got up, grabbed her bike, and walked back home.
Yeah.
And that was that story that Robin is referring to. Because of, well, not because of this only thing that happened, but one of the reasons that she is how she is now. She understands the hardship, but she just continues on because she knows how to distance herself from those events for her personally. And she also said, like, which is why she distanced herself from the other members to remain more objective in case, like, there are issues between members or stuff like that. So she has a very cool head on her shoulder. She knows how to do certain things, and therefore maintaining a certain distance with the members, which is kind of also a weakness to her because of that she feels like she is not as close as with other members and she doesn't feel liked. But as seen in the Sasankyo, she does.
Hey Derek, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
It's like you're falling asleep.
I'm totally listening because like this is pretty engaging. No, seriously, 100% serious.
Cool. It was like you're heading in front for, so it was pretty funny to
I'm
see.
just rocking back and forth.
But yeah,
I'm good.
so Colin, with that story, it really developed that you can tell that the experience in that showcased further to the documents where she was headed. Well, the other members, they were going through the motions like, okay, well, I know who member it was, but it was the one that's like already was dancing hip hop and that
Pun?
style. Was that Pun?
Yeah.
Yeah,
think so,
and she said, "Oh, now I have to be all cutesy and
Yeah, I was-
Yeah, she
going
had
in there."
that. Yeah, she had that girl crush character, and then she needed to switch to the other side, pretty much.
She has mellowed, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so they started up, they developed, and then I would say that was the first going to the next part. That was the singles going
Oh yeah,
there.
the,
So
the boss announcements. Yeah.
the announcement of the senbatsu going into Aitakata, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, wait, so we all can be in the group. There needs to be a few chosen. And they explained it's like,
Yeah.
suddenly everything is different now. Because management will decide if I get to be in there. Doesn't matter if I dance the best or anything like that. We don't know how management thinks. That's the repeating story coming in there. We don't know how management thinks, so I don't know exactly what to do. So they were trying new things out. And they were saying, oh, well, I need to make a character. Like, I need to act all cutesy. Or I need
to
to...
stand
Yeah.
out so they would
Stand out,
grow
yeah.
in popularity, so there would be more of a chance that they would appear. Because basically what they kind of said was the reasons girls got to be included in the senbatsu was either because they are the captain of of the group and the team, which are Chaprang and Pun, and in terms of their followers combined
Instagram,
on
yeah.
Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you got a whole social media spree of, okay, well, I'm trying now this look, and you see them on a boat, like, trying to make
Oh,
all
yeah.
pictures in there. You made a STU48 joke, Colin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, they're on a boat. Stu wants the boat. What are they doing? Picture of myself. I don't care about the boat. It's like, Stu would kill for that boat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, right?
Oh man.
And you see, I think most of the fact is the girls get chosen, and then we go to the girls who didn't get chosen because they wanted really to go in there, and you can tell them they're heartbroken, they're crying, and it's like some of them are thinking already about leaving the group. I believe a few did actually.
I
yeah.
think.
I think 4 already graduated by the time the.
By the
documentary
time
was
of they were done with the first movie.
Yeah.
Which was the first year of their existence, I would say.
Yeah.
So by that time, 4 have graduated. I don't know how many have by now, but 4 at least.
Yeah, so Then you show a lot of members that are dealing with the issue of being undergirls. Like you see them on stage performing or getting ready for shows. You see then on the side someone doing the exact same move or doing even better, but didn't get chosen. And you
Wasn't
feel
that Jane? I think that was Jane that was dancing next to the stage. I think during practice, I would say.
Yeah, that is possible. I remember that she only, from the 5 A-side singles, she has only been chosen twice.
Yeah.
And she did ended up in Kami 7. So yeah, I think that's correct.
it was interesting to see how they would get announced to be. So 4 of them would come up, and then basically then
Oh,
the
yeah,
manager
right,
would
right.
say
Yeah,
like, Job, right?
Job.
Job,
son.
yeah.
Job.
Basically he would say you're in, you're out, and when 4 of them came up, they were like, oh, we have a pretty good chance, and then he said, none of you are in there. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Eh? Just like all these strong members going out there. And again, we don't see really much of the performance. We don't see much of their events or anything related to the music. Just more on their after effect of hearing stuff, like results or debut on that side.
We got only like small bits of them on stage with a crowd, sometimes just a crowd, how they feel. Like only small bits of that.
So then we got to song number 2, I think, single 2.
Yeah, number 2, Koiser Fortune Cookie. And what was so fun about this, before they got to that part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, budget cuts.
We five, like we knew what Koiser Fortune Cookie did to them.
Yeah.
And we saw in the documentary in the first part with the first single that it did okay, but because it didn't do that well enough that they lost like staff members.
Yeah, pretty
like
much.
they cut down on costs because salaries were high-ish in a way maybe, but more because of like makeup artists and choreographers like that. They were so expensive in a way, and they didn't make that much money from like merchandise and the Handshake and the CD that they had to cut down on costs. So they really needed like a break, a big break. And one of them, I forgot who it was. I think Pupe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's that one. Yeah.
I think it's that one. Yeah.
If I see the photo, I know who it is. She was like, this next one, the cookie song they referred it to as, it's not gonna be a big break.
What is
it won't
what
get popular?
It's about a cookie. It's like what are you gonna sing now?
How will this be successful?
How can we
The
be
5 of
serious?
us, we know, of course, like 2020
exactly.
vision, hindsight, that it does, and it's like we were so laughing so hard. It's like girl, you have no idea what will happen next, and we of course knew, which was so funny. Yeah, like it's not gonna be big, it won't be like, but it did, and we were like, oh, girl, you don't know.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
before that, so the show also showed why there were budget cuts, budget cuts, budget cuts, and they're performing in malls, and there are just a few people watching, and it really resembled how AKB started, with the first theater days, only trying to get people in there just for free, and then say, come see, and
That's how you do it.
that's basically how they started. They had like actually an idol group starting from the ground up, and then I realized with comparing to sister groups in Japan, like for say NGT48, they didn't have the hardship of
to establish themselves.
yeah, that's like instantly there's a crowd, I'll follow you. That's like the build-up was already gone, so maybe that's a path to success. They didn't have hardships, I would say, compared to an AKB48 original and BNK48, I would say. So then they showcased Koitsuru Fortune Cookie. They basically did the opening song, and we in the crowd were going like, just doing this.
The 5, I think only us 5 and or 2 lovely guys that we met, maybe them, but only we were like doing the dance in the seat. Flores was like looking at me, is like, what are you doing? Why are you doing the moves? And because we know so we do it.
And they showcased like all the billboards, all the commercials getting in there. Then they talked about salary that they're getting paid is basically everybody gets paid the same. That's how it is. But if you have like commercials and magazine shoots and stuff like that, you get paid for that as well, like an extra bonus.
As a
But
bonus, yeah.
everybody, it doesn't matter how famous you are, everybody gets paid the same. So
Like for instance, Mobile, who I think was the sent for it, like
Yeah.
she, there was like a bit of controversy why she was the one chosen, for reasons I unless you guys want to get into, I won't. But she did like photo shoots where she looked great, like oh my god, like I didn't recognize her, and that rarely happens
Yeah.
for me. But that extra work that she got to do, which may have been separate from the rest, of course that will get being paid more, because they also did like I remember like group interviews where everyone goes, so they get paid, of course, all of them. But like Mobile would do a photo shoot alone, or like only like her and Chaprang and Pun perhaps, they would like do stuff. So yes, they get paid all the same, but for extra work, even whether it's individual or like in groups of 3, they would get paid extra for that,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
You
Cool.
then, of course, had the senbatsu announcement, just like you said. For a lot of members who weren't in there in the first senbatsu became in there, that you can hear their relief or like, oh my god, we're in this song. And then you also have the other side of the interview where people were like, again being undergirls, and it's like what is wrong with me? Am I know I'm not the prettiest. I know why, but why am I not getting in there? And I need to change character. And then who was that? I think you know Colin. Is she said, I'm done finding a character. I'm just gonna be me. I am not cute. I am not cutesy like this. I'm gonna be
The little one,
Oh, the little one, yeah.
Jip, I think she's the little one. If when I say the little one, I think people know who I'm talking about. I think she ranked 32 too in the Susankyo last week. I think it's her. I think someone will correct me. Maybe I get the name wrong, but I think people know who I mean.
there was a moment. There's like the director filmed her in like an event, and she was sitting on the ground, like. I'm not gonna be cute. I'm not cute like this. And then Dirk said, "But you're acting cute now," just as a funny moment there.
Oh wait, that's someone else. I think
Um.
there was someone else. Number 8. I heard name bit difficult to pronounce. Kao.
Keo.
Yeah,
Kao.
yeah, it's a difficult one. People have someone said that I mispronounced that, but they thought it was cute. But yeah, she is the oldest one in the group. She's a great piano player. Like I think in the beginning of the movie we kind of saw that maybe she is the one you are talking about.
Yeah, you could tell that she was like, I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna be me. And that's the shift that a lot of other members are going for there as well. I believe the influence on AKB48 that be like, okay, everybody has a character, everybody meets that, and they decided as a BNK48, it's like, no, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna be ourselves, and it really worked for them. It really showcased that they're, you don't need to be a specific character or a specific style. You don't have to be someone else on social media, and the success of Kocher Fortune Cookie just went insanely high. So people were starting to know them, people were getting more jobs. And then we moved on the third single announcement, and that was the Team B song, right?
I
Shonichi.
think so, yeah.
Yeah,
Shonichi,
yeah.
Yeah. Not much difference with there. There's just an announcement that Jane, I believe, was
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
the
Jane
Senbatsu
was
for the
that
first
day.
time, and she was totally surprised.
During it was announced during the Christmas that year.
Yeah, that everybody was in there, and you can tell they were just steadily growing. But I would say the biggest point of the documentary is where the cookie song basically got them famous. Their one big hit in there got them stagnated to a new level, and now they haven't gone down since during that showcase of that documentary.
And they even talked about that because of the cookie song, that they had trouble walking on the street.
Yeah.
Like one of them was like addressed by a fan who was like, "Hey, aren't you from BNK?" And she was like, "No, I'm not that member."
Yes,
no,
she
I'm
didn't
not."
have any
Even though she
makeup
was.
on. She's
Yeah.
like, it's like, nope, that's not me.
No,
You're
no.
surely mistaken.
Oh yeah. And,
I
and
think
on
she
the
would wear
opposite-
something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
pretty
and on
much.
the opposite side, I think it was someone else. I forgot. I it's blurry, but I do know the story that she was because of course her fortune cookie had got famous. People at her school
Yeah.
Yeah.
dance, and she was teaching it to people because she knew because she was a member. But her seniors came to her and they said like, "Hey, you should do audition for BNK48," even though she was already a member.
Yeah. She was
So
already
the
a member,
opposite
yeah.
side of that one was like that she didn't get recognized, even though she was in the group, which was also it was the opposite one. It was really sad in a way to
And-
see.
And
But-
during this part, members are deciding, like especially the undergirls are deciding, we are in a group together, but we're also each other's enemy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mhm.
And it's like, I want to be on there, I want to be on there. So the third single was
That was Shonichi.
was again the opposite effect. So you had another senbatsu announcement, Janie in there and stuff like that. And then the members are deciding, you know what? I don't care if I'm not in senbatsu or anything like that. I just want to be representing the group.
Mhm.
If this is my role, then I will be that role. And
Yeah.
it was interesting to see. So first you have them being together as a group, then they're becoming more individual, but still in the group.
Mhm.
And you know that losing friendships or something else because they're now more co-workers. And then in the third one, it's like, no, we're not co-workers. We are family. We're all sisters of each
Yeah.
other,
Yeah.
and we don't get along with everybody because everybody fights with their family. But in the end, we're family, and that's what matters the most. So that's what they want to represent, and I like that.
Cool.
So that they showcase that the development of knowing nothing to knowing exactly where you are in that role.
Mhm.
And that is the major story in this documentary, that's showcasing young girls basically finding themselves and what their role is in life, basically.
True.
And they really showcase that during the documentary.
Sounds
Not,
amazing.
not much to say with the third single that they performed in there. It was basically wrapping up.
Mhm.
But yeah, pretty much.
Anything else during that part you would say?
During the final part, somewhere in the final part, some of the girls were like, "Why am I even still in the group, even though I'm not
Mhm.
chosen for senbatsu?" But then they switch over to the handshakes, and then they see all
Oh,
the
yeah.
fans, and then they remember, I'm not here for my, I'm not here for my own. I'm here for my fans because, however it ends, my fans will always support me. And then they switch over to the handshake event.
Oh,
which
yeah.
was crowded.
Oh yeah. There was this on the entire screen. You could just see like how big it was and how many people there were. I know that even the audience was like, "Oh wow, what wow." They of course for probably all of them it was the first time seeing it, and to see that turnout, like wow. For us it's like, "Oh yeah, normal Sunday."
Yeah.
But for them it was like, "Whoa."
I heard people in the
they
crowd
did-
going like, Jesus.
Yeah.
And
For
it's
that,
like,
and
handshake event, they're very
yeah,
important.
it's normal.
Yes.
And it would show like how you got very brief snippets of how some girls would like interact with them, and you could even see like just the back of them, how we are used to it in AKB, where they are just next to each other standing and such. But what DX said about the interaction with fans, what they showed, I say that of course they showed it, but they would show people with certain disability meeting up with the fans. I remember someone in a wheelchair who was just surrounded by some members. I forgot who, but I know that there were like a couple members there, just on eye contact, on the same level, on their knees, and just having that interaction. Because for those people, it is more difficult to come for someone like me or like Robin, who just can walk in like it's no one's business. But for them, it really was something important, like something they would not regularly do. And the fact that they had like not one, in those how would you call it, like a stand, you know what I mean? No, it was just like one-on-one somewhere in the back or something on the side, where they would just have that talk, and the members
Very
could
personal.
see,
Yeah.
very personal, and the members could see, like, even though they may only have like a few people, well, few, not many people following them on SNS, but still, like, that one person matters. Like, for them, it's, even though the member is not popular, for that person, they mean the world. And to see that was really impactful.
And that was the switch, basically. It's like also finding out people actually need me. Well, it was weird to hear that they're feeling like, oh, I am needed. It's I think it's a both to effect. It's appreciated. It's like you guys are becoming happy because of things I do, but you guys being there makes me happy and staying in the group. So it's like a mutual relationship on that part.
Yeah.
And it showed the importance on that the handshake events. And I think when I saw that, I can finally add more to people who don't understand handshake events. It's like it's not only just fan service. Trust me, it's also for the members themselves. It feels like getting recognized. Of course, the most popular members are like, yeah, sure, but the other ones, like the ones who don't have a big popularity, if they have like 10 people during the day, they'll be utmost happy. And we saw this in other documentary in AKB48 that there are sometimes, oh yeah, she's a guy, I believe.
Oh yeah, she's a guy.
Oh yeah.
That there was not a single person in lane, and it felt like, that's gotta suck in there. While you see everybody else, like 10,000 people, and now not one of those people decides to walk up to your lane. It changed a little bit on that side, so. We got a little echo in the back.
Sorry.
Alright.
that Shizuka one. That's a tearjerker.
Yeah.
I think they even, was it AKBINGO? No, it was a show where they even like did something with her. I forgot which show it was.
Was it Nebashi or AKB46?
One of them. I forgot. I know which one you're talking about. Like, it really made me cry when I saw that with Oya. But yeah, the handshakes are a very important thing. Like, I remember, this is something that I learned afterwards from the speeches that people were so kind to be like, oh, this is a place where you can find an English translation of the speech. And I remember I think it was Music who ranked number 3, where she was like in preparation for the Susenkyo. She didn't have that much confidence, I would think, and everyone in her lane was like, "You'll do fine," giving words of encouragement, which she didn't believe in a way, but she also felt like she did what they did for her, where she gave them confidence or like assurance in that way, where it's like, just that that happy moment, just that one moment in the day that just can make your entire day, no matter how negative, just bright. But that is, of course, with knowledge from after the movie.
Yeah, so
it's like Robin said, it's really we wash each other's hands,
So after that, basically, they went into the ending part of the credits with, of course, the song they were using. That's the graduation song, basically.
Takado Hanabiratachi.
Yeah, just only in Thai version. And
all of us were like, really?
I'm just thinking what Colin later said, but
no, not getting.
Yeah, we'll get there. So the credits rolled, and you show members looking at themselves at their audition, and it's always good for a laugh.
Yeah.
So you see them like, oh no, what did I do? And you see like every member getting in there with their first, even Izorina being in there, and then showing the different side on that. And then it ends, and everybody's like, okay, well, clap, 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 and people are walking up, and we're still sitting because we know there was a Q&A coming. So we're sitting, and the screen goes on again, and you see a new member sitting in the chair, and it's like I forgot her name instantly, but it's like
Yeah.
BNK48 second gen, and it ends on that. That basically it's like,
Huh.
and then Colin said,
Okay. So yeah, you have the credits. People are walking
Yeah.
out. It's like, oh yeah, the credits. Movie is done. But we wanted to wait, and then you have that that shot, which you can all see on the posters for this movie. You know, it's that white background where you know they have that interview, and then that appears, and I'm like, Thanos, where's Thanos?
yeah,
It's
there was still a teaser
very
coming.
weird.
It's like, oh, what's this? Thanos?
A post-credit scene, just a very
just a Marvel cinematic
Easter.
joke in there.
yeah.
No, it
That
was
was like-
it was super funny. I'm like,
Snap.
come on, really?
Yep.
It's like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen now? Is it Thanos? Oh no, it's the second gen being like
Good job.
But as a,
basically teasing a sequel.
I know
Yeah.
I know it's early, but I'm saying already. Recommendation: find this documentary. It's
Yeah.
a lot fun to watch. It's very interesting. And for all the people in the crowd, I think I didn't see anyone get up and leave, because you have that also in the film festival. They're like, "Ah, this movie sucks," and they go away. No, they actually were interested. Like really, like, okay, what does this mean? What does this go to head? So this is a very good documentary. I liked how it was filmed. I liked the story behind it, and it was not pressurized on the name BNK48. It was on girls developing in a group.
Yeah, it was not about. In a way, it was about, but it was not marketed as, "Hey, this is a thing. We want to see, people getting more attracted in a different way." It was really about the individuals and how what the group did to them personally and even professionally.
Yeah.
Cool.
Really great.
So the lights
Sounds
went on.
amazing.
The lights went on, and this guy came out, and it was like this big guy who was like,
yeah,
Oh,
British,
man.
totally British.
I'm from the film festival, and now we have the. By the way, the mic you should put like this, but he was like this, so we couldn't hear him very much. And that was a big point out.
we were all like,
Well, yeah, pretty
what?
much.
and we were relatively close.
Yeah, we were like in the middle. It wasn't that much of a big theater, but still.
No.
He's like, now go on and ask some questions. So he asked some questions first, and
Mhm.
it was basically the typical how you create a movie and stuff like this and that. And then he opened it to the audience. It's like, does anyone have some questions? And you see just all five of us go like, whoosh, just instantly going in there. So I got picked, and I went, "Hi, my name is Robin. I am a host of a YouTube show called 48 Talk, where we talk about the 48 group, in such as BNK48." Like, instantly plugged myself in there, and people in the crowd
Good.
were like, "What?" Just like,
Yeah.
Fans?
and I went into the question right away, and I asked him also this in the interview that we're gonna post, so you'll hear the answer, basically on that. What I asked was, does he regret that, knowing what happens with BNK48 in the year 2018, that he didn't finish his documentary on there? And the guy in the interview was like, "What?"
What?
It's like,
Yeah.
and then the director's like, "Oh yeah, they have this general election where fans can vote." He had to explain what a Sosenkyo was, basically.
Oh, yeah.
And people were like, "Whoa!" I think
What?
these guys know their stuff. So it was, well, just a little like, "Huh, yes," little arrogance in
and-
that side.
And Flores was with you, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so, what question did he ask about Katamina? Sorry, I love you, Flores.
No, he sadly did not ask the question. But he answered
Hi,
to it.
so what BNK member has Katamina Zeroshi? Just curious. I can just see it. Sorry, had to throw that in there. Anyways.
No, so he answered some questions. But the rest of the audience was also asking questions.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cringe.
these were the kind of questions that, I don't blame them on one hand,
Yeah.
because they were questions that people ask who have absolutely no idea what's going on,
Oh
and
God.
they just
here,
ask those kind of questions. And Robin was like, oh,
I
like,
hit my head on the stage like donk.
yeah,
Because this guy basically asked this questions like, how do you feel that women get objectified in this workplace
yeah.
by the men?
Oh,
And it's like,
God.
I was it's like, okay. And then the guy from the organization was answering first to that question, and he's like, well, in Japan, they all have like this different culture, so women have not empowered, and it's like, okay, and there's no female staffs. Like, yes, there is.
There were.
And then
choreographers.
only fans are all male fans. It's like, except for the female only stages and the special
That
events.
was- I can't remember if the movie or the documentary, sometimes I say movie, I'm sorry, didn't highlight on it that much. I feel that well, maybe I know more about that. I feel that BNK has a relatively equal amount of female and male fans.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
even
pretty
I
much.
noticed it when they did like views with the fans. I saw a lot of female people following them, and even during the Asia Festival and during the Susenkyo, when there was applause or words of comfort, what the Wodas would do. I heard more female voices than male voices.
Yeah.
I think it was more prominent with the Susenkyo, where I felt more, or I heard more female people, like basically shouting like, do your best, or you can do it, I love you, that kind of stuff.
This was just a little face palming on that side
Yeah.
because
Oh yeah,
it was an
Way too
unadequate
mature, yeah.
question. Even the
Yeah.
guy from the organization asked this question as well. I noticed
Oh,
you
yeah.
didn't use any music from all the groups, and it's like he used Koichiro Fortune Cookie. It was in the
Three-
documentary.
3 songs. Chorus for Fortune Cookie was the most prominent.
Yeah, but he didn't showcase the performance in there, and he was like, I didn't want to focus on the group. I want to focus on the girls, and I totally get that. But then ask your question correctly if you're uneducated like that.
They only really showed like what I do remember that we didn't talk about like one member who was in the senbatsu who basically got 2 seconds in the entire
Oh,
in
yeah.
in
video.
MV,
And
yeah.
Basically, it was like Takeuchi Miyu and Noe, man. It's like, where is she? And she had like 2 solid seconds. That
Yeah.
was only stuff that we got to see from the MVs. Only that part.
There was another question that was like, well, there was another question on our part. We asked him whose Oshi was,
Yeah.
and he was like, I don't have one because I had a close relationship with all of them.
Because
away.
he understood the competitive nature of their
Yeah.
profession, which he has as a director as well. So he really connected with them, and he really felt like a brother
Yeah,
to them.
and then we all answered like, Didi.
Yeah.
And he knew what that meant, so it's like,
Oh yeah.
started like,
we were all
Sure.
like, oh, Didi.
we had all these fun
Sure.
interactions in there. No,
And you know what the funny thing is? Actually, he may have been lying to us.
Yeah, he was
A few
actually, I think,
people
yeah.
basically told me that it's very possible. He may have said it in Thailand. I'm not sure about that, but basically, people think that his OC is Janice.
Yeah, Janice, yeah.
And one story I can tell you is that he's a director. He did other movies or documentaries, and Janice wanted to see one of those movies, but she was so busy because she was like she's regarded as one of the 4 goddesses of BNK
Yeah,
with
coming forward.
Yeah.
Chaprang, Pun, and
music.
music.
yeah.
And so she was very busy, so she did a lot and lots of things, so she couldn't see the movie. And basically the fans went they basically said, let us fans, let's go to the movie, keeping it in cinemas so that she could watch it 12 weeks later.
Yeah.
And I forgot, there was another story that you could argue is a connection or like a reason that he may Oshi her, but I forgot about it. But it is possible that his Oshi is Janice.
Yeah.
But
The
speculation.
thing is, well, the thing is about staff, and this is how it is in Japan. I don't know about in Thailand, but I'm assuming under the Japanese organization, and just even in my own experience, like you can have an Oshi, but you got to keep it to yourself. Because the reality is like if you say it, you create favoritism, and then also too, like think about how uncomfortable that might make the girl backstage. Like she knows that like you're watching her at the show. She knows that like you like her. You might single her out. So every time you go to do something for her, you might be just doing it because you like her, as opposed to, oh, I'm staff, that's my job. And then the other girls get jealous. The other girls are like, "Oh, you like her? Like you're not gonna take care of me. You're
Case
not gonna
in
do your
point
job.
with
You just can't do it."
the AKBINGO cameraman.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He has his Oshi
They
there.
do a good job of being funny about that.
It's very funny, but you can like on the funny side, they are like, yeah, you like her. It's like this. Even with we'll get to that from this week's AKBINGO episode. We know who the Oshi is in there, and you see
yeah.
that the resentment is somewhere. It's jokey, it's funny. They made it into like an entertainment stuff. But on a serious note, yes, you need to keep that level of professionalism and be like, no. It's like I'm made here for a movie, and I consider all of them very important to treat them equally.
Oh, yeah. You have like
Yeah,
even also
you have to.
MCs like Miromoto. We all know that he is, which is used in a funny way most of the time. Sometimes maybe too much. That depends on what your own taste is.
Yeah,
but
true.
we know that he is an Oshi and or her Oshi, and he will like do what's the thing of saying like
He's
he
biased.
He's
biased.
biased.
That was the word. And even from Musibi no Ichiban from SKE,
Oh,
one
right,
of the
yeah.
hosts, he is a Nigerian Oshi, I think.
Yep.
I remember.
Hmm.
But they still have that level of professionalism, as in, yeah, I am, but it's not really addressed as much. Well, more with the SKE MC. It's not addressed as much, but it is with Miromoto. But they still need to be, that professional, like be giving everyone equal place in the show and giving them attention, not favor them. So they are allowed to Oshi, but in a way, the staff especially needs to keep that for themselves. Famous people like MCs or actors, that's also fine if you know who they Oshi, if
Yeah.
it's not too much in your face. But that's my opinion.
So after the movie, we went out. We met the people from Germany. We had some good talks in there. You guys were just laughing loudly and having a lot of fun and
Oh, yeah.
comparing. Other people were watching, and it's like,
Oh yeah, it was one of them. I forgot their names. I forgot you guys' names. I'm sorry. But the one who was more of a fan, like one was more casual and the other was more of a diehard. We asked his Oshi, which you do, of course.
Yeah.
We had to guess, and his BNK Oshi was Chaprong, obviously. And I also asked who in AKB, because he did know also a lot. He knew a lot about AKB as well, and I asked his Oshi, and he was like, "Yes." And I basically, the first name that got in my mind was
Kashiwagi.
Kashiwaki Yuki, and he was like, "Dude, no!" And I was like, "It's mine too." And we hugged, like bro hug. It was like, "Yeah, I got it right." That was just so funny.
and then the
Dude.
director showed up, and
Yep.
he saw this
Oh, yeah.
interaction.
Wow.
He immediately took out his phone and started filming.
Heel big.
He was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
this is some good stuff." So he's filming in there, and I'm trying to ask him, and it's like, we gotta go soon, and it's like, hey, can I get an interview? And it's like, yeah, sure, no problem. We'll find some place. And there was this like a little corner setup where you took pictures. So we set up some chairs. Even the staff from the film festival helped me get some chairs sitting there.
Oh yeah.
And I had to wrap these guys up because they were so enthralled in it. It was like, come on, we gotta go to the interview. It's like, come on. So
Yeah, we were. We did. Yeah, we had to do. It was good of you.
yeah, and then we sat down. We did the interview. Hopefully we'll do that somewhere this week. That's the goal I'm trying to set.
No promise.
No promise, because it's some stuff in there, and we normally don't do this. So, and probably because the format for videos is a little difficult, because I use a different format than DX, so we have to convert that, and that's also a thing I've never done before. So it's like, so it will come up. Anyway,
Awesome.
yeah, we said our goodbyes. We took a picture with all of us, like the entire group who were the fans in there, and yeah, that was a very, very awesome night, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my phone exploded of all the notifications. And,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
and I really thank you guys so much for just supporting in a way. It's really mind blowing. It's a number that we haven't seen, like in a week. I
Ever.
would say ever. On all time,
Yeah.
it's different, but in a week that is on such a
Oh, yeah.
high number.
No,
We
but-
had so
I-
many comments on YouTube, people on Twitter, even Facebook. It's like the director shared that video. people were responding on his video on both Facebook and Twitter. And I got into it. I was like, hey, yeah, that's me. And, getting and people gave information and like frame of references for stuff. And it's like, that was wow. Like, oh, wow.
Mhm.
I basically spent both my Wednesday and Thursday afternoons, even Friday, just doing all of that.
Responding, yeah.
It really exploded, but in a good way. We mean that in a
Yeah.
Amazing.
yes.
One thing I'll say to cap this, see, even though I wasn't part of this, vicariously, of course I was, and I watched the interview and everything. Thought you guys did a tremendous job. So kudos and respect to each of you for just keeping the banner waving for us. I got to give it up to the people of Thailand. First of all, the comments were great. The comments overall were good this past week. I mean, they were a lot. Got to every one of them that I could. Colin and DX definitely shared the load on that much more than me, which was great. Because a lot of it was directed at them anyway. You guys, a couple things about that. One is, as far as comments go from Thailand, we don't have people that speak Thai, but if you want to leave comments in Thai, that's totally fine. Please do. If you could translate that, that would be good too, because then we could respond more. But if you can't, that is okay. I don't see an issue with that. Just keep that in mind that we are English based. So if you want people to understand what you're saying, maybe take a little bit of time and translate the comment. Although we certainly love your language, so that's not saying that we don't want you to speak what you're native about. It's just we want people to share.
It's a little more effort on our side if we have to go through comments, stop reading the comment, copy it, go through a translator. Hopefully it's a 100% accurate translating situation, and then respond to that accordingly, compared to you typing it out in Thai and then maybe your own translation on there, so we know actually what you're talking about. That's the biggest thing, I would say.
I'm sorry. Or did you want to? Because I have a lot more to say. But okay. No, like I 100% will not do that with the Google Translate, because I don't want Google Translate to dirty up your language, because it does a terrible job.
Holy crap!
So and to be honest, I just don't have the time. So it's not, again, nothing against anybody who speaks Thai or any other languages. Please just keep that in mind, okay? We want to hear what you have to say. We want to respond because it's fun. So that's where this has come from. Number two. Keep your comments cool and respectful. We surprisingly SI-Doitsu this week. I don't know if he was commenting about us or saying something like we were like little children. I mean, I told him basically you get one warning and then that's it. Like, you're out. I mean, we've shared some good times with you and you're cool and like we like you very much, but you don't insult us. And if anybody has any business of doing that, just please stay away. We don't need insults. Don't insult other people either that come on our show and comment, because that's not cool as well. We've been lucky to have everybody be consistently okay about that. Even the K-pop fans have been pretty tame compared to how I've seen some of them in other places online. They're fair to us, which is great for the most part. So I think let's just keep it cool. Yeah. Also, too, Thailand, I'm calling you out. I'm calling all of you out. A couple people on the comments had said that the people that are running BNK don't know what they're doing. That actually, that they're like, we think they're doing great because they're gaining such international traction, but internally they're messing up. I'd like to hear more about that from people in the know. Yeah. So share that with us. And then also, as a flip side to Thailand, if you guys want us to come there, I know all of us would hop on a plane and do it. And we'd love to do a festival. We'd love to be a guest. I'm gonna put that out there. I really want an excuse to go to Thailand, and I'm closer to Thailand, I think, than you guys maybe.
Little bit.
But I mean, eventually the group I work for will probably play there again. They've already played Thailand before. They have a nice fan base there. But I'm saying, like, it would be nice to go there for this. And if you want us there, if you like legit enjoy what we do and everything, bring us. Find a way to help us there. Invite us there. Do something. We'll come. I know we will, because it'll be fun.
Sure.
It'll be a good time, and I'd love to hear what all of you have to say about your beloved BNK. I gotta be honest, I am a huge fan of BNK these days, and after watching the Sasenkyo for BNK and seeing how beautiful and amazing Chiprang looked, you guys have a hell of a queen for your first ever Sasenkyo. And Jenna's too is pretty awesome.
With the
but I
giant
gotta be
staff.
honest.
Yep.
I know, but that staff was cracking me up. Like, that's a little overkill. But you know what? I would say, like, Chiprang didn't need any of that. She's a goddess walking among men.
Yep.
And I gotta be honest, you guys did a great job with your first Sasenkyo supporting BNK. Let's keep it going. And you know what? Let's hope for an original song to really come out and be amazing. That'd be great.
Yeah, so
I would like that. Yeah.
on my end, BNK48 was always more like in the background for me. I was like, I hear stuff. I heard the compilation they did with AKB, showing up in there. Well, Colin, you were of course more enthralled in there, watching their shows, their events. There's a Sasenkyo. I gotta say, after watching this documentary, it's like I felt what actually got me into AKB48. The old school that grew up in there.
There you go.
And this group right now, I think I said this to you guys. AKB48's highlight was 2011-2012. That period, Tokyo Dome.
Yes.
You can tell that 2018 was basically their 2011.
Yeah.
Only it's their second year that they're still active.
No, this month in February will be their second anniversary.
Second anniversary, yeah. So could you imagine?
Official.
So if they're going the route that they're going, that means like in 2 years, Chiprang's saying bye bye. I don't want to see that.
Let's not jinx it. Let's not jinx it.
No.
Let's not jinx it.
We don't know. Well, someone did say two things. So let me remember about Chiprang. What I wanted to say. I did read the comment from last week that I praised BNK management with everything that I know what's currently happening with AKB and Nigata, where I think that BNK the management do a great job. Job-san especially, like he's a hero of me. Even in the documentary when they announced the third senbatsu, I remember when I saw this, it was during a Christmas event, and I actually saw that event like way back, and I was like, I remember this, and he got actually teared up. He was actually getting emotional and crying when he had to announce, for Jane that she got into it. Like that shows his connection to him and to them. I mean, and it reminded me of. TJSK, I always forget his full name.
No, that's okay.
The original.
Togasaki?
Yeah.
Togasaki, thank you.
With the documentary, he was also crying when the scandal situation happened.
That relationship with them, I think it's good. Like, yes, he's staff, but I do appreciate that kind of relationship. Like, he is...
the good kinds.
More of a father
NGT.
figure to them, which Tsunku has always been with Hello Project. And that's why I love that guy. For that, like he has that relationship with those members. Maybe not as strong as it used to be, but that's for other different reasons. But seeing that was really great. And someone actually said like that the Thai fans weren't as happy with BNK management, and I actually ran that down with our two new friends, and they pretty much agreed. Like they were like, yeah, there are some things MV wise, which with the recent one I kind of get that they should do differently. Basically, what someone said: the grass is always greener on the other side. But
let us know then in the comments.
Yeah,
if
I
you
want to
really
know.
Let us know exactly what the situation is.
Yeah.
We critique a lot of AKS management. Past few episodes, of course, with the whole NGT thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I want to hear that. I want to hear your feedback on the site. This could be better or this is better, because apparently to us we don't see that currently. So let us know that in the comments below. All right.
Yes.
Chaprang, I was not forgetting. I was told that she may not participate in the Sasenkyo next year, or the next time, I should say. We don't know as of yet if it will be an annual thing. I think so, but I'm not sure.
We'll see.
But they basically said, and if they say it, like I take it not with a grain of salt. I'm like, okay, I take their word for it if that's not the case. And what she said in this documentary and with her speech that I also saw a translation of, I get why she will not participate next year. Even though I was kind of surprised beforehand, but that may be because of my naivete. But now I get why she wouldn't, and it's basically so that the group can grow more without. It's basically people can correct me if I'm wrong. It's basically what Achan did for Gangnam Check, right?
Yeah, like I said, 2011, 2012, and then graduation time.
All those dots connections to make. I get it, and that would make it interesting. But we'll see. It's to me, it's more interesting to compare like one and another Susenkyo, like how the difference is between like the amount of votes and popularity. So it's kind of if it will be true that she will not participate again, it will be like missing like information, but that's just for me.
Very good.
But I think it's kind of important. But you know what? If that's her decision, I respect it.
Cool. Okay.
Cool.
So we spent an hour on this topic.
Oh Jesus!
Time really flies.
I knew we would. I mean, you guys had a lot. I mean, this was an amazing once in a lifetime experience for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
So I would hope you guys would have really went in depth, so I appreciate it, but especially because I couldn't be there and I really wanted to be. So again, you guys did a great job. Kudos to you guys.
Yeah, it was just I don't want to speak for everyone, but just the five of us only I came from another part of the country, but just the five of us sitting in that theater. This is only the second time I've physically interacted with the four of Robin, DX, Gino, and Flores. But it was so much fun. It was so surreal, like seeing like 48 on the big screen.
Yeah.
Like not by myself on my laptop with just a drink in my hand.
It sometimes feels better than meeting in real life, yeah?
Yeah.
It's basically like what we had with the Susenkyo last year. Just together, just watching that, reacting, saying funny remarks, laughing together, or even be like, oh my god, why did he? Stuff like that. So that was
it's a lot more different on that side. Okay, let's go into the rest of the news that happened this week, basically. Well, first off, just a quick update on NGT48 situation.
Yeah.
So, what I've been following a little bit, the biggest news that came out is there's a third party involved with lawyers now investigating this entire situation. However, the feedback on the internet detectives is they still have a connection with AKS, even though they said they have no connection with AKS. They're a third party. So, I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate on anything, but currently there's still an investigation going on. We know that I believe Yamaguchi Maho tweeted something as a reply on Nakai Rika, but then within 10 minutes she deleted it. So she is somewhat trying to be active, but I think there's also a situation that she still has to be social media silence. And it's still they're still developing on the side. Have there been theater performance? I have not checked that actually.
Actually, what you just said about the Nakai Rika reaction, I did not know that, but I think that they just said today that a few trainees will do like a stage, and one of them is Nakam Ayaka. That's the only name that I happen to know who was on that. So
there was also like an Instagram story with one of the members with a bunny hat and an end in between, and it went like this up between the end, something like read between the lines, like. So it's tired down a bit. Let's not forget that we still want justice for Mahon. The hashtag on that side.
Yes, we do.
We must not forget what happens, and hopefully we don't tire it down. So I'm still gonna mention it every week until I see actual justice happen on that side. But for now, it's mostly out of her hands. There's still an investigation going on. There's still management trying to figure out. And as long as we just keep knowing, so like, hey, we're still outraged. That idea, basically, then they will still know, okay, if we want to continue with this group, we need to fix something. Because if you do it like this, and like I said, the 4 trainees, if they're going to test that out, or 4 non-trainees. You said.
Mm.
Well, we'll see what happened on that side.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I mean, do you want the trainees that come into NGT to have the same experience, like one of them or most of them, and then you're ruining not just the lives of one girl but several, all because of problems that you could fix now that don't ever have to be problems and never should have been problems in the first place. And it is, again, it is a commentary on idol culture. It's a commentary on NGT's culture, but it's also not a commentary on NGT or Idol, because it's really a commentary on stupidity and management. That's really what it comes down to. You're just stupid, and you have to really, really be pretty either common sense about safety or somewhat more clever about safety, depending on who's coming after you. Like, one of our commenters made a comment, I think, about, if somebody wants to get to these girls, they will get to these girls. And I'm like, well, that's a really crappy way of looking at it. Like, I think the same thing could be said about somebody who wants to stop a person who wants to get to those girls. If somebody wants to stop one of these people, they will stop them. So it's a battle of wills that it can get down to, potentially. But I would like to think that management's will win in the end, because they have a duty. They're getting paid. There's a lot of motivation for them to succeed versus look the other cheek or turn the other way, don't do your job, don't be sensible about simple security measures, things like that. We had a lot of people discuss this in the comments, and it got pretty smart about it, pretty debated. A lot of people didn't like the idea of NGT disbanding, said that wouldn't solve anything, and there were some pretty valid arguments for that not being a good solution. So again, love our fans, love the fact that they can have an intelligent discussion in our comments and also change my opinions about things. So keep it going, This is how we keep this alive, and this is how we keep Mahahon in our thoughts. We don't let this die down, and like you said, Robin, we'll just keep doing this until we see some actual result that, like, gets our idol smiling again without fear behind those smiles. Yeah.
Very good. Okay. The other big thing that we're gonna talk about for this week. Would you guys like to first go the KMV, or would you have some fun part with the TV shows from AKBINGO and stuff like that?
I don't mind.
I don't mind either way.
Which one? I'm giving you guys a choice.
Fine.
Let's do K. Let's do K. Yeah, K will be fun.
Okay, so Keyakizaka46 came out with their 8th single, and it's titled Black Sheep.
Yep.
Basically, the first thing that comes out, I saw this comment somewhere, and it's basically, that's in my mind, this is basically KS46 version of This Is America.
Yeah. Oh god.
There is so much happening in this MV.
Yep.
And it's gorgeous. I really like this song. Like, when I only heard the song, I was still like, it doesn't feel like an A-side song getting in there. It's a ballad, I would say. It's really tells a story on a way. I feel that this is Hirata Yurina's graduation song. That's really my feeling on this song. The way she's portrayed, being the black sheep in the MV, or not being accepted by your groups, your co-workers, your school. You see, like, everything in the MV, everyone getting bullied, everyone getting shoved, pushed down, kicked out. At the start, you see like a murder spot, and then so media is coming in there. Oh, we need to take pictures and stuff like that. And she's on the side with flowers, going through all the motions, seeing all these, her members basically getting, like I said, arrested maybe because she's Yakuza, or not Yakuza, Yankee. From school, she's getting bullied by her fellow students. At work, she's getting, you see somewhere sitting at home in a tub, like, I think, cutting and being, they just need to be hugged to feel like that she is not alone. And then you get all these group of misfits basically together, and they're all beat her bat down, and so much is happening. You see like everything exploding, money running with flags. Maybe that's like a hint to the 5th single, or the 5th single? I think it's 5th single. Garasu Oware. That's the 6th single. 6th single.
Yeah, 6.
and it really develops all to this way, and all of a sudden Hirata Yurina is with a younger version of herself, I would say, or
Yeah, I
I'm
got
I'm,
that.
I'm not sure, or it's like, is that the meaning behind it? And she feels like that she's sorry and she failed or something like that, and then you get into the big climax, and it's the dancing. I really love it. It's not too complicated because she has her condition, so she doesn't have to make too many movements. But the movements in there, they all mean something. They go. She goes like every member, hugging them quick, get pushed away to the next one in this upbeat tempo, and it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. This was something I really needed to see from Kea again. I'm
There you go.
happy. This MV is gorgeous. The song itself, if I listen to it, it's okay. But now, because I know this MV is attached to it, this song just went up to a lot of levels. I'm saying this is a graduation song for Hirata Yurina. I believe that. That's
Really?
it really feels like that she's trying to take over, because in the end everybody's
Yeah.
running further away and she is alone. She's sad, she cries, but she's alone again in the end. What do you guys think?
I get it.
Not so sure if it's actually if you can see that as graduation, but rather than staying behind. But I'm not. It's more like when I first watched the video, it felt like it was all over the place, and then I watched it a couple of times again, and then I can sense a bit of an ending of something, but I don't know if that is necessarily graduation or not, though. But that's my take on it. But it's the ending of something in any case.
Colin?
But that's how I view it.
I think on a technical level, they just should get an award. Like, really. What I don't like comparing, but this 2MV, where it's admirable on a technical level the way they did it, and it kind of difficult with a drone. But this was that was amateuristic between compared to this. I don't like comparing stuff like that, but that's
I
really
agree with you though.
Yeah.
it is so amazing. Like it is. I think it was like a handheld camera, which is fine. Almost couldn't notice it, and the fluidity of their style.
Yeah.
Just it is not like a room like they did. It felt really like they were showing like almost an entire school building. If it was a school building, I don't know. It was
Multiple floors, really.
Yeah,
Multiple
it felt like a garage underneath a school, kinda. But I don't mean that in a bad way. And there was so much going on. It's kind of what the X said. Like I agree if you see it like that. Like so much is going on. Even though Tachi is really the center, she feels. Honestly, I only saw her. I like I said before, for me it's more like Tachi and Kanji Friends 46 than anything else.
Yeah.
But really showed her and followed her, and it was all in one take, and that is just so freaking remarkable. Like all what they did, even what happened in the back, like just like this is something that really is not done in it. If they did it in a day, I will never say anything bad about this particular MV again. But it is, and I have nothing bad about to say. But it is so amazing. I was in awe of just really the technical aspect of the way they shot it. Really, one shot. Everyone had to do their certain things, even in the background, and there were like practical effects used. Like this is like amazing in that sense. Like really, really jaw-droppingly amazing.
Derek.
Wow, that was really good. I feel very inspired just listening to you guys talking. I mean, I liked the song when I heard it because the piano is gorgeous. The verse works. The chorus starting to turn on me a little bit more. The song is missing a moment, a Boko Ayada part. That's the only critique at this point I have. That and the dance isn't as memorable as I would like it to be from what I've seen. When the song just kind of stops and then has that quietness and then comes back. It's meant to be dramatic, and it is, I suppose, but it's a simplistic form of dramatic. Like Boko Ayada, when I came in for Fukuan, it was like, you felt that. Like at first we didn't like it. I know I didn't like it, but then it like grew and grew and grew. I can't even imagine that song without that, especially live when they scream it, when they're like super into it. They're like, oh yeah, it's crazy. This song is missing that. So that is the only major like anchor that's weighing this song down. However, the MV really made up for a lot of this because first of all, I believe it was pretty much like one take, you know? I mean, it very much had the magical camera power of making you think it was one take anyways. It was pretty darn close to one take. It had to have been. At least most of it in spurts. Two, there was something about Techi as she started to get rolling with it that like about a minute and a half in, she was lost in that song. That wasn't a song for her. That was, I'm acting out some emotional shit in my life, and basically she did. And then like going from person to person and getting tossed, that's incredible. Like, and she made it look like a ballerina, like this ballerina of angst that basically worked. And even dudes were like throwing her, and it was like, wow, I didn't expect that. Like dudes touching idols like that. I was like, only Kea. I'll give it to you, Kea, because she looks like a boy. So okay, you get away with it. But I mean, she did. She looked like total dude.
Yeah,
which is fine. Totally fine with me. It works for her. It really does. There's this group called Bakuretsu Joshi, who's called Burst Girl. It used to be Guso Drop, the group that brought me into Idol. Their leader, her name's Boss, or her real name's Ray. She looks just like Techi in that sense. Like she's very Ikemen, very very Ikemen. In fact, it's kind of funny. Side note: in Necronominal, Himari has like a major crush on Boss, and like anytime those two are together, it's like Ikemen Kabedan love. Like it's hysterical, so funny. It's too funny because Ray's like, hey, what's up? Like she talks like that. It's hysterical, and it's just I don't know. Anyways, side note, back to Techi. Techi and Ray would make a great like duo. That's all I'm saying. Techi has this magnetism that really comes out in this. It's like this girl was never injured. When she starts dancing, her moves are fluid. I didn't sense rustiness. I gotta be honest, this is Kea as I want them and I need them to be. Were they Fukuan level? No. Did they have a Fukuan level styled middle? Like I said, no. But that piano is gorgeous. The song works. It is memorable to a certain degree. I can actually kind of hum it a little bit. And best part of all is it kind of gets me pumped for what's next. I don't know. This is only the first entry this year. Think about that. We got more from them. And maybe they wanted us to start us a little bit soft. Like, okay, yeah, you know, we'll give you this fake out grad song that's making you think Techi's gonna go away. And guess what? We're gonna go back in the next 5 singles. All gonna be Techi. But you thought we got rid of her. Come on. And I'm just saying, like, K's got so many weapons. You know, even though they've lost some weapons and they sort of imploded last year at the tail end of last year, like, they got weapons and they're on display now, but Techi's still your nuclear bomb when it comes to this group. And just her being able to move so fluid, I mean, they could have practically put a blindfold on her and she would have did it just as good. You know what I'm saying? That's Techi. She reminded us why she is the Dark Idol. And this did it. And I didn't even care that it was in a factory again for like the 20th MV of theirs. Like, I don't even care. Like, I swear they're using the same factory. They're just going in and out of it on occasion. But it's okay. It doesn't even matter because like it just works for them. They're grimy and dirty in their MVs, and it's like, yeah, we're hitting you. Except for like Futari Saizan was this like weird like oddball thing, the Ikemen song where, you know, they were, you know, Techi was floating like Jesus up to the sky. It's just, you know, the occasional weird loopy ones aside, they're grimy, man. It's like, yeah, this is my group. Like, they're back. Like, that piano was a fake out. Watch the MV and you're going to get surprised. Like, these idols love to play in abandoned warehouses. I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
2018 was not a Keyakizaka year, but if they start with this, they're coming back with full force.
I feel like the fall or the summer, they're gonna drop another mother bomb. Like it's gonna be like Silent Majority mixed with Fukuan. It's gonna be a banger, and they're gonna have some weird like chicken dance sequel, and it's gonna be like, and Tenchi's gonna do like weird morphing stuff, and another one of their members is gonna be like, just really making us watch her by doing some weird stuff over the ocean. It's gonna be insane. I have a feeling they're really gonna come back. Like K-pop has like their comeback stages. Like they're gonna define the comeback stage for Japan music. Like with their next song, I just got that feeling. Don't you? I mean, didn't you kind of sense that energy again?
I still wonder their performance on live stages, because like you said, you couldn't tell what the dance actually was in this MV.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna be in this. Her Tenchi getting thrown around.
Well,
That'd be interesting.
They did with ambivalence. They did some throwing around and doing flips and pushing in there.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not? Why
We'll
not?
see. But I'm really pumped for Kea because of that start. That's like, okay, just bring it back home.
Good.
Just regain the throne you had in 2017 and just come back with full force. So
yeah, I'm giving it a solid A minus. Like it's not an A, it's not an A plus, but it's definitely an A minus. It's definitely reminding me why I like Kea. It's dark, grimy, and Tenchi's in the middle.
currently
I'm good.
the best song of the year. I'm gonna go with there.
I'm not sure I go that far, but right now, yeah. I don't think we've heard anything.
As of this moment.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait, no. I take that back. Didn't NGT have something?
This
So
year?
that was
This
last
year?
year.
No,
This
it was last year.
Nothing.
Sorry. Anyway,
So-
no. Okay, there you go.
I want to do a little bit of follow-up. I watched Keyakizaka this week.
Oh.
And
Ooh, okay.
so you have them dark and grimy in this MV. And then you watch Keyakizaka.
Really?
I laughed so much this week.
Why?
Basically, they are doing a competition for a location shoot. And the location shoot, I forgot where it was, when the M started. In Miori? Could that be?
Yori?
I don't know, something with M. But the thing is, it's the hometown of two members, and one of the members is Moria. And Moria is
God.
always competitive. She's like, she's
Yeah.
very competitive,
the
and
powerhouse,
she
yeah.
wants to be at a location shoot.
Yeah.
There's also like these secret Tsuchida prizes if you react in a right way. So they're like excited, they're going to, Moria's already in a tracksuit, while the other people are like in a schoolgirl outfit. And they have to do all these kind of events, like asking questions here and there. But because they have the hometown advantage, the people who are hometown, they have to run 3 flights of stairs and push a button and then answer the question. And Moria was pissed off. He was like, there was this, basically they start saying, well, not everybody can go on the shoot, so only 4 people. And she's like, 4? Just like, and why do I have to test this out? And why do I have to participate? Why am I just completely crazy? She went up for the question. She's running. She's like, I know the question. She's running there, and she wants to buzz in, but someone else buzzes in and knows actually the question, and she's just fresh and too late. And it's like, you see her on the camera just full
Melt.
anger, hate. She's walking back.
I'm watching it.
And you see like everybody is like, oh boy, yabai, we gotta run.
I can just see it. I can totally see Moria's face too. Oh, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good.
Another part I'm laughing about is Habu. Habu in this episode.
Oh, Habu! I love Habu.
She is so dim-witted. Like, she answers questions like not realizing what she's saying. And
Oh, good.
basically,
good.
it's like they explain the rules, and she's like, said something. It's like, did you know the rules? No, I didn't understand it. Could you explain to me again? It's like, weren't you listening? It's like, I really love this episode. And like I said, Kea, I'm really happy in the direction Kea is going. So another recommendation: watch the Keyakizaka before it's gone. This one is just so much fun to watch. So I think you have today to watch it till our friend, Good Enough Subs on YouTube removes it because of copyright situation. So if you just watch it after you see this, or just pause, watch that, and then come back. All right.
Good one. Good. Oh,
Good one.
now you make me want to watch it.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
Ne-
wasn't there a segment?
Very good.
Wasn't this a segment? Wasn't there also a segment when they had to lie down at the sliding plateau and getting as close as to the edge as possible when there's a cake at the end? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, was it that episode? No,
I
that
think
was.
it was
No,
the
I think
before.
that was last week actually.
Yeah, that's the week before.
But that was also fun, where there's like, okay, someone pushes, someone is safe,
yeah,
and I believe it was what Tamberisa was lying
yeah,
on there.
yeah.
And
No,
then
she wasn't lying. She was pushing.
Oh yeah, with Oda Nana, and
Yeah.
they just went full force, like zhoosh, and you just see Rocket, a member going in the pie, like ah.
Yeah.
I miss that. I want that
love it.
more. So hopefully they finally got this new idea. It's like, hey, this is working. This is just getting more views. Do that. Do more shows of this. So really definite recommendation on
man.
the side.
I wish you guys lived here so we could like crack open some good Dutch beer and watch this together. That would be so much fun every week to just like.
Kirin beer is also good.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I'm a Sahi guy myself, but yeah, Kieran is fine too. I'll drink you Kieran beer anytime. I mean, sorry, Kieran beer. I mean, sorry, Kieran beer. Sorry.
I'll drink beer with
Awesome.
Jukarin sometime. Wait.
Oh yeah. I'm
you know,
alive.
okay, quick side note. I would totally drink with any idol, but you just have to be really careful about that sort of thing, you know. But the thing is like with you, Kieran, can't you just picture that just being fun? Like
Oh,
not sexual, nothing like that. It would just be funny to hear that girl's IQ just keep dropping and
Yeah.
dropping and dropping.
I would say
'Cause
with
you know
Sashi.
it would.
Yeah, same way with
You
Sashi,
know
I
it
think.
would.
I would
Oh.
like to have an evening drink with Sashi, Oya, and Jukarin there.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
oh, no,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Oya, I think, would get a little aggressive. Like, she'd get kind of funny about
Yeah.
it. Tashi would get honest. Like,
Yeah.
she's already
Even
honest.
more.
She'd get, like,
Even more.
extremely honest. And then she would start, like, really pulling out secrets and not caring who heard. And I could totally see Sashi just having a blast with it. Like,
Yeah.
can't you picture that?
Oh,
wait,
yeah.
wait. Who would be good in Kea? Since we were talking about Kea, who do you think would be a really good person to drink with?
Moria.
Moria.
Moria Akane.
Yeah.
That's why she's my
I would
Oshi
like-
in KS. She really has that adult women style in there.
I can totally see it. I was thinking for like SK Dasu would be like the number one,
Oh,
easy.
Dasu
her
or
and
Obamina.
Tani.
Obamina or Dasu for me, I think.
Oba is a very good one in there.
Yeah.
No, okay. You'd want Minarun, Dasu, Tani, Kaotan before she graduates.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'd even say Jirina because I have a feeling Jirina would get Sashi, get honest. I think Jirina would be like, I'm gonna she'd start wrestling people and just like trying to show her dominance, and then like she'd like get you engrossed in games and like mess with you, and then you'd be broke at the end of the night because you would have bought her all these beers. And then actually when you woke up and you thought, wait a minute, did I buy it for her? It was actually Dasu you bought it for, because Dasu made Jirina buy it for her.
Oh
Did you
yeah.
picture that?
Yeah.
I can totally picture these girls like scheming like that because it's, you know, we won't even go with NGT. We're just gonna not talk about them.
That's not there. That's not there.
Ew.
Because that would be
Right.
bad for him. And HKT's too young. Anyways.
AK Bingo.
Yes. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Super
So AK Bingo moments this week were a lot of fun. It was the second part of the Kyun Kyun episode, basically the Moe episode. So the biggest thing I got out of there was my favorite part was the favorite moment. The guy, the actor who had the stern face, was taken very seriously,
Yeah.
sitting in the middle with a stuffed animal like a bunny in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then the members are trying to be like very interesting, but they're like just couldn't be because it was too
Oh yeah.
Yep.
enthralled in there. I really didn't like Yamada Noe. I was really
Oh.
getting like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is.
She tried too hard. No offense.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this in light of the NGT stuff. I've never liked her. Like, I'm not a fan of her. Anybody who is a fan of her, sorry. I mean, we appreciate that you like her. So we're not trying to bash on Yoshi. I'm just saying
Not my
she's
thing.
never done it for me. Yeah, she's not my thing. She's not my
Same.
thing. But
No.
I thought there was a lot more funnier girls on there.
I
Yeah.
like that they were having the battle in there, and then we had like a giant main event. That
Oh, yeah.
was the rematch between Sura Akari and Shiro
Oh,
Miru
yeah.
with
Oh, man.
Aoki
Yeah.
in the middle.
Again.
They were.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, all right, screw idol scandal stuff.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Let's go out. Let's
Yeah,
go
we're
out.
getting
We're
it.
using props. Here we go. I don't know how
Yeah.
old Aoki is, but I think his heart rate was over 290 BPM. I
Yeah,
think.
something
Yeah.
like that.
He probably needs a pacemaker now. It's
Just that pokey in there, like, it's like,
oh yeah, that
Yeah.
was a good one.
Oh, Dasi got him. Yeah.
and just
You can't beat Dasi.
well, you can
Well.
if you're Shiro Miru and just say
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, I'm just gonna sit on your lap.
Oh,
It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta beat him there. Yeah. That was. I was really shocked she did that. I have a feeling she probably lost fans to do that. I actually
I
think
don't
there's some.
think so
there's, like,
actually.
I doubt it though.
There's fans that
Well.
would like probably be like, "Yeah, I'm done with you. You sat on his lap. Like, I don't care. There's variety." But no, wait, really quick. But Ota Yuri, come on, she had like the best thing with her like man voice, like, "Argh!" you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
or
not for
or
me.
where we had the alarms like, shut up, go to bed. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
shut up, go to bed.
like way too early. There are some very
Yeah.
good comments in there, and
Mm.
like really thought out. But basically, what we know from the show is they have to prepare basically their lines.
Well, of course.
Of
Some
course.
course.
of them are
Otherwise-
improvised, but I really liked this episode. It was
Yeah, it's fun.
very fun. So there's a climax still this week, right?
Yeah, there's still more.
Yeah,
God.
part 3 is coming up.
Probably yeah.
I like for
God.
the fact that Minamoto was saying, "All right, Juna." It's like my hand wasn't up. It's like I don't care. You're Judy now. Say something.
Yep.
All right, you get in.
That's good.
Say something
good,
too.
you good, yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
That was
Buddy, that's why I like you. No, this is like classic AK Bingo.
yeah.
You know, this is like
Yeah.
this is sort of reminiscent of older times. It's fun to like really like let the girls like put their charm on. This is also a way to know some of the girls a little more. You know, some of the girls that like never talk and they're getting a chance even. I mean, of course they call mostly on the popular members, which
Oh,
I understand that. But when you get the unpopular ones and then they surprise you, it's like that's cool. You know, like. I don't know, like Ota, I don't say she's not popular, but like maybe you might not know her, and for her to just kind of nail that, it was good. It was good.
These episodes always have a big influence on handshake events.
Yeah. But
It always has a
Oh,
result
sure.
that's like, okay, I want that now when I come
Yeah.
over. And I do believe that a lot of fans are be at the handshake events like, can you sit on my lap?
Oh,
well, that won't happen.
Oh man.
That,
Really?
I can think of one person who can make it happen for Shiroma Miru.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
it is.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
Andy could.
Yeah.
If he wants to. He's like... Or I don't think he wants to, but then Shiroma's like, hey, you want me to do the thing on AKBINGO?
I want to sit on you, Andy. Come here with.
I can see Shiroma
yeah.
doing that, actually. She's like,
Oh,
hey, you
yeah.
have a chair, I'm coming over. Plop, take a picture. It's like, what?
yeah, but if Shiroma was smart, she would go on stage 48 and read all the other things Andy's done with other girls, and then she
Yeah.
might not feel as special. And then she'd be like, Andy, I know your game. You just go from one girl to the next.
Oh,
I knew
man.
what you had with Milky. I know your game. I know you were like macking on Notch on there for a while.
Yeah, Cyanide.
It's
Yeah.
coming to me. So I'm calling you out, Andy. I'm calling you out because you won't come on our show. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Andy. I've had so much good memories reading your stuff. But you're a Mac. You're not a true Gachikoi. You know it, and I know it. So come on.
Ooh.
Just
Well,
saying. Just saying. Love you, Andy.
From
but
from what I see,
on.
he's definitely like Shiroma Miru
oh,
right
he's
now. the
awesome.
best.
He's
Oh, yeah.
awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah.
He gives her a lot of money. Whatever. It's cool.
Yeah, anything else from AKBINGO that you guys saw?
No, that was just it. It was good. It was. I just wanted to mention
versus
it.
Miro
Okay.
was great. It was great.
Right.
All right,
Highlights.
then one more thing. Well, since we talked a little bit of Shiro Miru, NMB48 released their coupling songs.
Yeah,
Seg
almost all
master
of
right there.
Seg
Yeah,
master.
check out the seg.
Seg master.
Jeez, Robin, you're good. You're so good.
I do not like the trumpets in Team Anson. I really hate those.
Oh, I knew it.
It really ruins the song. It's like you're trying to listen, they're doing a dance. It's just, it's really got to
that's
me. It's
good.
like, alright, just forget this one. Um,
That's good.
I laugh with the picture. I think DX you send it with
Yeah, I saw
Oh yeah,
the
from
team
Minami.
B song with the
Yeah.
mushrooms. Like she visited Amsterdam or something, like eating mushrooms, feeling out there. But it was a
I was
weird premise. So
laughing.
it's like, yeah, she's going to
Yeah.
a weird place, and just suddenly it's all
Yeah.
bubbly, and it's the filter. It's like everything is so light white in there, so their skin reflects, and it's all silky milk style. It's nice, not great. It's nice. That's the idea. And the other two, I gotta say, they were like there for me. Maybe I need to listen to them again, but currently it's not like something that blew me out of the water. So, you guys, do you have any comments on these MVs that came out?
For me personally, I really liked Pink Iro no Sekai with Shiromamiru Otayuri. I really liked that
Oh,
song.
the pink Irono. Yeah.
Yeah, Pink Iro no Sekai. I really like that song.
Okay.
It was quite enjoyable. It's not top tier to be able to be an A side, but it's a solid coupling song, I would say. Update for Team B. It felt like a classic idol song. To be quite honest, I liked it. It's not good enough to be an A song. It's not good enough to be an A song, but
As
it's
usual.
It's a solid coupling song. I didn't really enjoy the Team N song. It felt a bit strange. I don't know. I can't really explain, but it felt a bit strange. And Team M, it was like the whole premise. I felt a bit weirded out. After eating a mushroom, she fell in some kind of dream world. I really couldn't follow along, to be quite honest.
Okay. Colin.
So I did like the brass sounds and Team N's song. I love that. There wasn't much. It wasn't really my taste. But I was digging the sound at least. Wasn't catchy or memorable, but I kind of liked it. The Team B one, very sunny. I really liked that MV. To that extent, it looked very beautiful. I actually liked the upbeat sound to it. That white glow Robin was talking about made it angelic. I actually kind of like that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. They usually do it. It's been done too much. That's my take on that.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's different. What more on the B? It got me going. I was like kind of nodding my head. Team M. I love that one. First thing, short version. It is 3 minutes and 42 seconds long.
Short.
I think that's
short.
That's short. I was like, oh come on. Miru looked just gorgeous. I just was in awe of her. Just the long hair, the beret, the clothing. She looked gorgeous.
Her eyes. Oh.
I really like the guitar in the background. It reminded me of my favorite song of last year, Hankyu Densha. And I really got into that feel again, and I really love hearing that.
You know what the thing is with the guitar? I'm imagining, because you said it's in the background, I'm basically seeing Cyanide just sitting in the background. So I'm still doing stuff for them. I'm just not on the screen.
Honestly,
That's funny.
Yeah, I totally agree. That is really something Cyanide could do. Like that, maybe that is why I loved it so much. Now I can't get out of my head. Like they were inside. Like maybe she was like outside of those the glasses that were there, and for the windows, I mean, like I could definitely see it like in the background. It's funny. Yeah, I really like that one. Like a very pleasant sound. The Pink Iro no Sekai one, I really like that one too. It had an interesting lineup. I really feel that maybe with the exception of one that I'm just personally not really sure of, they were 8 or 9 like D NMB members. But I really liked the MV. Miru just looking just gorgeous again. I pick either Miru from these MVs. Like she just looks great. I really like the aesthetics of this one. It had a mid tempo, but still felt good enough for me, like upbeat enough that I'm like, yeah, okay, into it, yeah. And it sounds also like a summer song. I really felt like I could just play this one in my car, just windows like low, and just being like in my car and being like in a very summer feel. So I like that one in that sense.
Cool.
Cool.
Derek.
Yeah, I mean, Team M, you know, Muter was on a mission to find Cyanide, so she went to Amsterdam and got sidetracked eating mushrooms. That's the official story, I think. I mean, she still hasn't found Cyanide yet, but we could hear Cyanide strumming somewhere, like leading her along. That's how I'm gonna choose to think of that song, because it's the only thing creative that I
It's
can
like,
come up with. Because the rest of that song is not creative. So. I mean, again, gorgeous MVs. All four are gorgeous. I like no complaints there. Very, very, very well done MVs. Of course. AKB has never had a problem with coming up with gorgeous visuals, because they really know how to frame and shoot their girls. So no big surprise there. But just bland. Team M was bland. B2 was more trad, like DX said. If you like trad, I mean, that's definitely a song for you. The one that stuck out for me was Team N's, at least the first 15 seconds. The 15, like, my heart started racing, because that beginning, like sort of EDM, like beat was like, I was like, oh, I was like getting ready. The dance was good. The dance was starting to look a little different. Not the usual trad idol like formation. It was like they were trying out some good moves, and then they started singing, and I'm like, never mind. Like, it was just like the chorus just didn't go anywhere. They could have did a huge bass drop in that song. It would have fit with that opening like beginning little riff they had, and this would have been the song of the year easily if they had come up with a verse that fit the beginning of the song, and they come up with a bass drop that led into like a really good like 4 on the floor club thumper like for the chorus. Again, I'm waiting for Team NMB to basically give me what I love about them. When I think of them, I think of Kamenegates, I think of Must Be Now. I think of those type of songs where they're just they're pounding away, or they're doing funny songs that like still have a really catchy beat, you know? And it's just, that's NMB to me. And it's just like these songs are more like you could have slapped on HKT's name on this, and I don't know if I would have known the difference in a couple of days. I honestly don't. I hate to say that. I mean, again, some of the voices were distinct. Mira's voice is really developing. Got to give it up to her. I mean, she is just rising above. But I also have to say some of the other girls, I don't necessarily know their names, but like they're standing out to me. They're getting up there. I mean, I can see, you know, Nagisa was great. There's promise here. This isn't a failure for NMB by any means. These are just coupling songs too on top of that. But I'm saying, like, I feel they have a Kea coming. You know, I think they do. I really do. I don't think they gave us an indication in any of these songs that's coming. I just think it's coming. I think maybe they're gonna wait for like a summer jam or something and pull out something that's gonna make us go, whoa! Like we're gonna take a step back and come in Sasenkyo. They're gonna come in hard, and they're gonna have, you know, Dirt Off the Shoulders. We're Jay-Z. You guys are number punks. Eat, you know, bow and eat, because it's just I want NMB to take that throne.
Summer blockbuster.
I want them to ascend.
Yeah.
Cyanide would love that. Cyanide would be, well, I guess Cyanide would be a little bitter, like, oh, you BI, you know what, waited till I left to take it, but whatever. At least that would happen. Like, I don't know. I as much as I want AKB to always be at the top and be at the, you know, the glory stand, this kind of feels like the year of the sisters, you know, because BNK is already setting that tone.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel like there's more there. You know what I'm saying? I just NMB got something. I just don't know what it is yet, but there's something. That's
cool.
my takeaway.
Very, very cool. Okay, one more thing I would like to talk about for this week. Today was the graduation stage of beloved member Nozawa Reina. And I still need to watch the entire theater show.
Yeah.
But what I saw is she looks just gorgeous in her beautiful white dress with a nice bouquet. She performed Heart Got Virus as the JKT version, together with Okada Nana, of course, and I forgot the other member. Was it Murayama Yuri? Colin, you're muted, I think.
Yeah, I think I agree. Miriyama Yuri. I don't know. Was weird.
That was
I
weird.
think it was her. Yeah.
Weird.
Still,
my stomach.
it's just the influence Rezanina has given to the group is very underappreciated. For international fans, it's a huge factor.
Oh yeah.
The connection in between with her multiple language speaking skills, the funny variety style she has,
Oh yeah.
and she is so intelligent to a fact that I would have liked seen more. I think if she stayed, she would have definitely gone somewhere. It sucked that the Sosenkyos really proved that she couldn't even rank in the top 100. And
Yeah.
trust me, I really tried.
Top 120 even.
Yeah.
I hate to be even more, but yeah, it's kind of the
We
truth.
really tried, but it wasn't enough for the international crowd to
no.
get in that step. This is a great example of in the BNK documentary that even though she's not one of the popular members, she's very much appreciated
Oh, yeah.
throughout her peers and just throughout a lot of fans as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just not as a senbatsu level or anything. I'm really gonna miss seeing her in the group.
Same.
She's now gonna follow in school and still with the entertainment and movie studies on that side. So we'll probably see her definitely on a talk show. She's a very good MC, I would say. So like a what do you call that? Not a supporting role in an MC, basically. Like you have the main person, and she's the one that can play off, any event and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
probably see her on some talk shows, entertainment shows, or maybe even news shows being on there. We're looking forward to seeing in the future. I'm still gonna follow her, of course. Still gonna support anyway. Just a little saddened. I'm really glad she had a nice, quiet graduation, basically.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, guys?
I didn't see it. I forgot it was today, and it is Sunday, so I missed it. But I definitely want to watch it.
Yeah, I was out pretty much all day, so I need to catch up on that show as well. So
Yeah, so we can watch it later. Derek, any thoughts on this situation?
Yeah, I mean, Nozawa has been one of our cheerleading posts for us in the sense that we have wanted her to succeed. She is a representation of the international fan community. My very, very, very first interaction ever with an AKB idol was with her, and I shook her hand and also got to meet her, and she's a very sweet girl. Also, too, she was very underappreciated, underrated in AKB. Probably one of the top 5 most underappreciated AKB members in the history of AKB's entire organization. She's a genius. She's smart. When she got down on herself for a while because people were being jerks to her on showroom, we all tried to rally around her. She rallied for herself. She found something she liked to do with videos. What did she do with that? Nothing selfish. She gave us stuff to watch. Educating us about Japan and things like that. The girl is truly remarkable. I wish her nothing but the best in life. I hope whatever she needs to do, she does it. She does it well, which she's gonna do well. We know she will. But I also hope that she understands that she was loved and appreciated, and she always will be as an AKB member, always. And we love her. Hopefully we'll get to talk to her more.
I hope she starts a YouTube channel. That she still
Yes.
is gonna keep going with her Nozawa World Traveler.
Nozawa World Travel would be great. Also, too, just be fun to see her. I like her. I like her voice. I like her weird sense of humor that she has on occasion. I don't know. She's an awesome idol. So I would love to see her continue in that vein to still kind of invoke that idol spirit in whatever she does, but also be Nozawa Reno.
Hopefully, that's really I would say something that I'm really optimistic about. Somewhat of a dream that she would be on this show. Like a compilation.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Okay, we're almost for 2 hours in this episode. Long episode this week. So we already mentioned some recommendations, but let's go through our recommendations up next week. So what's on your mind, guys? DX, anything?
No, for me, just the climax for AKBINGO upcoming Tuesday is something that is that's something I definitely want to watch, and for the rest, I'll still
Must
take
watch.
a look. Yeah.
Okay, Colin.
Tuesday will also be Yui Han's birthday stage. So I look forward
cool.
to that. I really want to see just her doing that. I hope nothing happens. I don't think it will, but you know what I'm talking about.
No,
but
no,
I
no,
hope-
too early.
No.
I just hope just fun. It's my day off, so I definitely will watch that. Nogi Ego, actually, interesting recommendation. The 3 original girls actually came back for like a
Really?
special with the 3 current girls. I forgot their names, but that's
Sakurai
fun.
Reka, I think.
All the 3 previous girls who graduated from the show. They came back for
okay.
a special. It was really fun. I recommend that.
Will Hillary return? as
No,
well?
not Hillary.
Oh, sorry.
No,
That
not
would be
like that.
great. No, the original Nogi 3.
Okay.
So Nick has a field day again, and maybe he
Oh yeah,
can
he
go
was
to
in
our.
there as well. It was so funny with Nick. There was one point. I forgot which point, but he was kind of laughing, like he couldn't contain his laughter, and he was kind of like hit by the host and the teacher. I forgot what it was though. Oh, there was. I forgot, but that part was just so funny.
So go watch that in that. Yeah, Nick, of course, with the Witching Hour, he's always there, and then combined with the guys from the Slope podcast. So who knows? He'll mention some stories on that episode. So better watch that first, and then in the future probably he'll mention something. Who knows? Jarek.
Yeah, speaking of the witching hour, tomorrow, or I guess today in a few hours, we will be doing our next installment of the witching hour. It will feature Himari and Michelle, our new member. They will be our guests this week. We do not have Nick. He has some stuff he has to do this week, and for next couple weeks he'll be out. Also, Takakua won't be there as well, and we will have Anne, the other variety girl. She will hopefully make it tomorrow and help host. Ricky will also be, I think, assisting with hosting. We are going to try to do some fun stuff that deals with like Setsubun and other things, because yesterday was Setsubun here in Japan. So it's a Japanese festival. You throw beans at people, usually your dad, if you're a kid. Pretend he's a demon. There's a whole history behind it. Anyways, so we're going to do stuff with that, a couple other fun surprises, Batsu game. It's going to be fun. It'll be a good time. We will be having some idol guests on potentially in the next couple weeks. So we're going to actually start doing more of like a couple of weeks of idol series where we're going to have other groups on. And that's going to be fun, especially when you see who and what we do. But tomorrow we are actually moving to a new studio. So we will be in a brand new studio, a
Nice.
little more Necroma centered. If it goes well, I think we'll stay there. So everything's going to be new tomorrow. And speaking of that, we probably won't be on Twitch tomorrow, just because it's Nick staying with Twitch. So we will probably be streaming from YouTube this time. I'll try to get the link out once I have it myself. But just letting everybody know that I'm going to actually post this up on Facebook and Twitter too. But we will be trying to do something, I think, on YouTube this time. So I that's my guess, is we'll be on there. So that's recommendation 1. Recommendation 2 is everybody, again, with the fans, please leave your comments. Let us know what you think about the stuff we've talked about this week. We talked about a lot, so please, spill. Me, Colin, DX, we all make it a point to respond, and I usually respond within the first 3 days. So if you respond after that and I don't respond, that's why. But I will definitely try to respond to everything. Again, keep educating us, keep showing us your love. Thailand, you want us? We're here. Please keep supporting. And we'd love to have you there. And the Korean fans, we haven't forgotten you either. IZ*ONE is still in our hearts. We're still loving it, still appreciating it, still adoring it. And of course our regular fans, the ones that are here all the time.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's my recommendation. Is keep being with us, and then last but not least, Keyakizaka46. Guess who's watching that? I'm gonna take my own recommendation as soon as it's over. I'm gonna go check it out. Thanks, Robin.
All right, nice. Well then, with that though, thank you for watching this week's episode of 48 Talk, and we'll see you next time then. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Jojo.
Bye. Tomorrow, 55th single reveal, probably. Yay,